Bam! What up, Yang Gang? Welcome back. This is the daily news live stream on the Trickle Up. And tonight we have some special guests. We have Matt from Mute the Media, and of course, Michael Patrick from Resist for Humanity. And my lovely co-host normally is Mia. So tonight we're going to start off. We're going to talk about how the New Mexico state legislature has just became the second state to ban qualified immunity.
Congratulations, New Mexico. Good job. Way to fucking do it.
Way to lead. Way to lead.
Yes.
There's a lot of talk about Black Lives Matter protests not being effective and not achieving anything. And there's evidence right there that, you know what, they're moving the needle.
And so just so you guys know, the first state was Colorado. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. They also were the first. And we were talking about this before we went live, man. Colorado seems to be the place to be.
In June 2020, actually pretty recent.
Oh, it's June 2020. Oh, I thought it was 18. Okay. But yeah, Colorado's leading the way in all progressive stuff. Legalization of recreational marijuana, legalization of psilocybin, and now banning,
What?
yes, 100% legal recreationally.
Legalization, was it just like decriminalization?
Well, okay, decriminalization for possession. It's the best way I can really put that. Yeah. It's not like it's legal to sell it, but you can't be busted for possessing it.
But psilocybin in Colorado.
Yes, sir.
I know where I'm going.
No, I'm a veteran. I think that's something that should be adopted nationwide for the VA, for PTSD. All people, let's be real. But the best way to get it passed is to get conservative support for the veterans. That's just me thinking ahead, you know.
New Mexico Governor Michelle Grisham signed the New Mexico Civil Rights Act, House Bill 4, advancing fair and equal treatment under the law on Wednesday. It effectively bans qualified immunity, which protected state actors, including law enforcement officials, from liability, even when they knowingly broke the law.
So they knowingly break the law and they're still protected from prosecution. That's what was in place before.
And still is in 48 states.
The thing that kind of sucks is, so you got the court case, right, in the early 2000s, and then as much as people don't like to admit, these things usually start at the local level, right, or the state level. Now you're going to see maybe a copy paste down the line, hopefully, right? So it's a good thing. It stinks that it's not more, but it's how it starts, and the ball will get rolling.
Well, and what I'm hoping is ending qualified immunity will be a incentive for better policing. Not better police, but better policing. They're still the same fucking assholes, right? But they got to act right. I'm an asshole, but I act right at work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I don't have any kind of immunity from being fired at my job. So I think this will incentivize better policing by horrible people. And so I'm hoping is it make individuals carry liability insurance as well as the police departments themselves. And that way, if let's say if all four of us are policemen, and I get more lawsuits brought up against me, my liability insurance premiums go up. Eventually, I can't afford to even be a police. And then your employer is going to be like, yo, why is your shit so high? We can't have you. You're going to raise our rates. And I think it's going to help kind of incentivize better policing.
You just hit a really key point, too. How often are these shootings or the worst actions coming out of people who already have a huge or a significant record, right? Because a significant amount of these shootings are like they do the misconduct, all these things. That's like, dude, most of it is a small percentage of people, a decent amount of people. And that's why we say all cops are bad, though, because you know who the bad actors are and people don't say anything. So it's like, I used to think that was like terrible messaging or whatever, but the reality is, and it's the easiest example. And like, I mean, George Floyd, for example, a couple of those cops there, they seemed somewhat uncomfortable with the situation, right? But they didn't do enough. One of them for sure, but they didn't do enough. And that's on them too, to some degree, because in the end, you're wearing a badge and we're all responsible for each other in that moment, right? There's a man being harmed, doesn't matter by who. And they didn't do their due diligence there, right? Because if one of them goes rogue, they got to keep him in check. And they didn't do that.
Right.
Yep.
On that note a little bit, a quote here from the article: the new law puts a price tag on police misconduct and creates a strong incentive for agencies to adopt and enforce policies that prevent abuses, which can lead to wrongful convictions, said Innocence Project state policy advocate Lori Roberts. It It also provides exonerees with the financial justice they deserve after having their rights violated by government officials and having their freedom unjustly taken away.
What I like about this is Ben and Jerry's is championing this thing, which is kind of funny. Ice cream is bringing down 12. So that's kind of
Ben and Jerry's kicks ass. They're always on they're on a lot of good causes, man.
They are.
Smart.
But I don't think people even understand the significance of their backing. It's a financial commitment on their part, and they are very, very much pro equal rights and justice, and I'm a huge fan.
There's a lot of there's a good quote. He was a former Facebook I forget one of the executives, but he quit. I can't recall his name, but he was saying that if you want to make change in this world, you need to get the money. You have to get the money, because with the money you can then buy a seat at the table, and when you have a seat at the table, then you can influence the directions things are going aligned to your world for you.
One of the big problems with that is once you get up to the table, you've been through the ringer. And then you're not really much good to anybody.
Yeah. So, we have, there's other states like Michigan where I live, and me and Mia both live in Michigan, where we have direct democracy access in our state legislature. I think this is something we could get on our ballot in 2022, 2024. We're already working on collecting signatures for ranked choice voting in the state of Michigan. And I think another one should be this, the qualified immunity.
Yeah. Now, what do you mean by direct democracy? Like, how is that implemented?
Okay, so in direct democracy, we the people, there's three different kinds. So the ones we have in Michigan is direct, the most direct, where it doesn't matter what the state legislature says. They can all not agree with us, but if we the people get enough signatures, we can get on the ballot without them, and it becomes a law. That's it. So we can put, like it happened in Maine and Alaska for ranked choice voting. It happened in Colorado for the psilocybin. So if we the people decide we get to do direct access, we put it on the ballot, we vote on it. We don't need their permission. And other states have it where I did a whole video on this, where the other kind is direct democracy is you collect the signatures, you say, okay, we want this on the ballot. Then the House gets to make a bill that fulfills that need. And if it doesn't pass there, then you can put it on the ballot. So they get a chance to do it their way, and if they don't, back on the ballot, we'll do it our way. So and the other kind is straight legislation as far as representatives. That's it, right? So there's, Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear kind of version of this. And I think there's 17 states with direct access, like Michigan. I think there's like another 14 that's the other way around in the middle. But yeah, that's the way to get things done quickest.
It is. It's how most of the big changes happen. I mean, most of the big constitutional changes have been at the local state levels first, and then it became when so many, enough had adopted it, then the federal government moved forward.
Cool. All right, guys, let us know what you think about that in the comments section. We'd love to hear what you guys think about this, man. If you live in a state with direct democracy, reach out to your organizers locally, your activists, collect signatures, get that shit on the ballot, be the change you want to see. Lead by example. Go get a goddamn clipboard and get your ass out there and get busy.
That's right.
So thanks for joining us, guys. See you guys next time. And like always, gang gang.
Thank you. Gang gang.